Hello everyone, this is Andrew and today I'm going to show you how to turn your brake discs from this to this. There's nothing too much to this. You basically use a cheap, available product that you can find on your local supermarket or Walmart or everywhere else you might find it. It's basically vinegar, and that's how you get rid of the rust of your brake discs and anything else that has rust on it and it's metal. So the first thing you want to do is to take off your brake discs, of course. This is a typical disc brake. Possibly it's different in every car, so you will have rust on all parts around here. If you want to take care of it and remove the rust and maybe paint over this part with some spray paint so it looks better inside the wheel, then you will definitely have to clean it well before putting it into the vinegar. And as you can see, there's a lot of rust around the ring, inside the cooling system and the cooling fins, and there's basically a lot of rust. If I want to paint all over this part in order to look good with my calipers on, then I cannot do it on top of the rust. It's gonna be bad, and I will have to sand all of this part. It's a lot of work. There is a fairly inexpensive way to do this, and you do this by using vinegar. I'm gonna show you right away how is it done. Vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar, but this is better. It's transparent and you can see the rust dissolve inside the pan. So you basically buy one of these for $3.50, $4, maybe less. You will have to buy a couple of those and you will have to pour them inside a pan. This is a pan from Walmart. You can get it for $3 and $4. You can see this is the residue of the rust from the previous brake caliper, and there's a lot of it. Right now I will put this one in here and we'll see the results in a few hours. Now this barely fits this caliper. It's fairly large for this car. Maybe your calipers, your brake discs are smaller, so it might fit. Otherwise, you will have to get a pan that has a bigger surface. Then you just dip it in, and the important part is to leave it inside there for at least 12 hours for the rust to dissolve. The vinegar will do all the work for you. You won't have to do anything. You just wake up, come here the next morning, and then the rust will be dissolved. So let's do that. So this is the next day, and the brake caliper has been in the vinegar for at least 12 hours, and let's see the results. Now after the brake disc has been cleaned, we can go ahead and spray paint over the cleaned part, because if we don't, it's gonna get rusty very soon. And for that reason, we're gonna go ahead and mask the surrounding brake disc and leave the metal parts that we want the paint to adhere on. Let me show you what I mean. Non-rusty brake disc right now, but you see this is the metal, and this exposed metal with the oxygen is gonna go rusty again. So what we want to do is to spray paint until this point. so you can see that this is where the brake pad touches the brake discs. We don't mind if a little bit of paint goes onto this section here, but we don't want too much. So I'm gonna go and mask up around this area with masking tape, and then we're gonna paint the top part so that it doesn't go rusty again. So, with the entire brake disc masked, we are right now ready to spray paint the top part and the inside part. Now, I repeat, you don't have to accurately mask on the edges because there's gonna go, some paint is gonna go here, but it's gonna go away with while braking. So if you start braking with the car, then all the paint will go onto the brake pads. You don't want to have too much paint onto the outer disc because you don't want to put too much paint on your brake pads, and then your wheels will get messy. So let's go ahead, clean this up one last time, and then let's start the painting. So I have now sprayed the first coat of spray paint onto the brake disc. And as you saw, I didn't go ahead and spray the entire thing all at once. I was doing it in light coats. So you need to have a consistent movement with your hand while spraying the light coats onto the metal. That ensures that the paint adheres properly and you have the perfect finish on the brake disc. Once you're done with the first coat, once you're done laying the first coat, then you want to wait a couple minutes for it to dry a little bit, and then you want to do a second coat of the same with the same pattern. It's time to unmask our creation. Let me try to do this with one hand. I can? Okay. I can do it. So that's basically it. So as I told you, you will have some residue on here, but you don't care about that because it's gonna, when you're gonna brake, this will go away. So right now, this will go onto the wheel cap, and let me show you how it looks like. Alright guys, that is all for today. I hope you got something out of this video. So it's fairly easy if you can devote like few hours of your day to do this, and it's gonna make a huge difference on your car, especially if you have an older car and your brakes are a little bit rusty and you have alloy wheels. Then you will immediately notice a difference. Once you put your wheels on, it's gonna look like you have brand new brake system, but you might still have a brand new brake system, but these systems tend to go rusty, and that's gonna help you protect it and make it look like new. So as always, I will see you next time.